2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Yo. Let's see. What up, y'all? It's your boy B-Way. We are in the lab at Midtown Studios, and as you can see, I have these characters. Some of them are actually wired up and talking with me at the same time because this is really just a test, and I'm trying to see if I can get this process going. Shout to my Apple Watch that just went off in the real world, and that's what you just heard. Anyway, we got Boosie Badazz up in the house. We got Absolute the Truth up in the house. They got a record called I'm a Boss featuring Pillar, and it's a dope record, and we are getting ready to shoot some visuals for their music video over here in B World. Check it out. They're hanging out. There's a giant clone of me. He's a little bit too big. There's a tiny headless clone of Chocolate Dropper who was in here from a previous project, and yeah, that's just, you know, the vibe that's going on in here. We always really keep it surreal, you know what I'm saying? That's the motto around here, keep it surreal. So we got Chocolate Dropper in the house. He is always kicking freestyles, trying to get free studio time, as most rappers do. They never rap about that part of their career, but yeah, that's what he's in here doing. This is Shorty. She says she wants to rap, but only has about 3 bars, and then just goes back to dancing around the studio. But she can hang out. She's a cool vibe, bringer. This is the bathtub. No one's allowed in there. This is my bed. Sometimes I'm in there till about 2 in the afternoon, but that's more of a ADHD thing or something. I don't know. I'm just talking, rambling. This is a test of my audio system for real. I probably won't even use this, but just rambling off to see what kind of sound quality I get when I turn off all the fans in the studio because it's hot as balls in here. Check out this gigantic wall of sound right here, which obviously is not plugged in. It's just there for decoration because having it right next to the mic will create the most awful feedback in the world and probably blow everyone's eardrums out in here, and we would all just be bleeding from our ears and deaf stumbling around trying to figure out what the F just happened. Out here in the hallway, we got the Cyber Arena crew is hanging out. They're getting ready to shoot their cinematics. We have their game dropping, I believe, in a few weeks. So we're creating a lot of cool promotions with them. Shout to Imperium Games, shout to Nicola. And this is the character cast of this awesome fighting game that I get to help creative direct, and not really creative direct, but create a lot of cinematics and visuals and marketing material with them. And yeah, it's really been great to work with that team. Shout out to all my friends in Serbia putting this awesome game together. Yeah, they're back here playing in the arcade. Yeah, if you look, I got the power so I can bounce everyone around. What up, shorty? Yeah. No free snacks. No free snacks. I don't care if you're a baddie or not. No free snacks up in here. You know what I'm saying? Learned that from Kyle. Shout out to Uncle Kyle. You know what I'm saying? He was the original Midtown Studio chief. So I learned a lot from him. So y'all keep it cool up in here. All right, y'all keep it cool. I don't care how good you can fight. I can delete your ass. All right, let's go. So this is this whole squad. We are shooting these visuals, so y'all get to see some of that on YouTube, probably on Instagram and all that stuff. I'm gonna start sharing a lot more. Where have I been? I have been trapped for the past month messing around, I'll be honest, with Stable Diffusion and AI because, well, I'll be honest, 2 of my longtime favorite clients asked for AI related stuff, and I'm always like, okay, I'll give it a whirl. They felt like that was the new wave. It was the way to go. So one of them said, hey man, just take my logo and throw some AI on it. And I was like, throw some AI on it? Okay. Well, I don't approach things like just throw things on it, but I started. What's up, clone? This is my clone, by the way. That's my hair underneath the do-rag. Sometimes I wear it out, sometimes I cut it short, sometimes I grow it long, and you know what I'm saying, got the man bun, whatever. Anyway, so I was talking to him, and he said, yo, just throw some AI on it, you know what I'm saying? So I did that, but it just wasn't kicking, it wasn't hot. And I tried mixing some AI with some kind of After Effects templates as bases and doing some permutations, and some of the stuff came out cool, but at the end of the day, it slowed down the process more than it helped it. And what I realized about AI is, like, people come up with prompts all day, and then they hire people like us to actually visualize it with real artistic care and flair, you know what I'm saying? And you just can't teach that to a computer yet. I mean, most of the people spending all these hours on AI are doing it because they can't make the images they want. But I don't have that problem. I've been making the images I want all my life. It's what I've based my whole career on. It's how I feed my family. I make what I want to make and how I want it to look. And it's just, I mean, it's a blessing. It's not a brag. It's just, you know, it's a beautiful way to live and work. And AI is kind of like, it seems like it's trying to capture some of that magic, but I don't think it can yet. You know, maybe it will, but I do see it as a cool tool for mood boards and for backgrounds and for one of my cinematics, for example. I needed a picture on a wall of like a family, you know, a couple members of a family for a character. So yeah, well, I went and prompted that up in Stable Diffusion, and it came out to be what I needed. So that was cool. But would I use Stable Diffusion or any of like the tools to completely replace like my creative process? Nah, it can just augment. And that's just like all of this stuff though. I mean, look at what I'm doing right now, live streaming in character in a virtual version of a lab that's an amalgamation of my own experiences in the industry from over the years, plus my experiences in the video game industry, and it all just mashes together in a visual place that I mentally agree with. It. I build every pixel in here. No, a lot of this stuff is from prefabricated stuff, but it resonates with what I'm trying to create. I just don't see AI being able to do that yet. You know, maybe soon, but what we're doing right now is something that has a high degree of control, technical acumen, and artistic decision making all in one place. And AI is just not able to replicate that yet. Maybe it will, but right now it's just studying models of language and images and videos and trying to understand it. It hasn't even started to try to really understand what we want as artists, what we want as people, what we want as humans, or you know, even post-humans, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's still only understanding pictures and words and language. It's still only understanding that much. It's not understanding intent yet. It's not understanding drive. It's not understanding, you know, like what the real human experience is yet. And all great art truly comes from like the real human experience. You know, it doesn't come from faking it, because when you fake it, that's when, you know, you get a lot of the backlash. I mean, and again, like in the time frame that since I last posted a video, shit, you know, Marvel came out with an AI based intro to one of their new shows, and it got a lot of backlash. Why? Because it's just a very like specific look. It's very like kind of, it just looks like what it looks like. And if you don't, I don't know, to me it works best maybe as a transition between scenes, as dream sequences, as a psychedelic trip type stuff. But like, I would get a more beautiful psychedelic trip type animation if I hired somebody that really draws that, and it wouldn't just it wouldn't instantly resemble kind of some type of, you know, computer concoction. It just wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just something to consider, you know what I'm saying? I follow the trends in technology. I try to figure out where, you know, we can apply it. You know, I've tried taking old footage and making it new and different and transforming it using AI, and it's possible. There's so many people that are way better than me at it, but I still haven't seen an example of where this should be the way. And I feel like the way I'm doing this right here is the next wave in terms of, you know, real-time creativity. And you hear the footsteps walking around. I'm going to turn all that stuff off. I know that's probably crazy, and maybe I might not even use this, like, if that sounds too crazy once I play it back. But I actually need to turn this off. There we go. So now I've turned down some of the volume now, so I'm gonna see how much of a difference that makes. But as I speak to y'all, you know, the AI stuff, again, it's a great tool. I've used it for voices for some things, but again, they don't always get the best response. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing anything that's not, you know, that's out of the ordinary in terms of usage. But it's just the soul of humanity, the soul of imperfections of when you're creating something. Like, and this is why I love to do animation in this format, which is more of a real-time live performance type style. I've always like performed the animations of my characters' faces instead of like keyframing it. Sometimes I'll adjust with keyframes, but it's always been performative through some type of camera camera setup way back. I mean, going back 10-15 years to the earliest versions of it that were available. And even the Big Pun video, How We Roll, I was using the software, I forgot the name of it, where it examined the wave file, and you plug in the face shapes, and it did it based off of a wave file. So I've always been looking on ways to automate the process, but not artificially create the creative part of the process. That's not something that you just can't really do it. I mean, you can, even when you buy assets and libraries, it's still up to you to figure out the cinematography, the angles, the lighting, the pacing, the story, what you're doing, and that's something, again, that AI isn't ready for. You know what I'm saying? Like, could AI create, like a scene of what we're, like what's going on right now? Not the same way. I mean, maybe at some level, but like it's not going to look like my mind. And this is what my mind sees right now. This is what my mind likes. This is what signifies with me. And if you know me as a real person, you would get almost everything you see in here and be like, yeah, that's some B-Way stuff. You know what I mean? You would get it. So anyway, I've been rambling on. Just really was just a test to see if this microphone was working tight. I just wanted to, holler at y'all because it's been a minute. I probably will upload it. So I'm going to give it about a 50% shot as long as it looks pretty decent. I'm not going to go back and re-listen to it. I just want to keep it raw. And let y'all know I got more stuff coming. I got way more cool videos coming. I really just want to hear from y'all and hear what y'all want to see. But I'm just gonna keep bringing y'all new music videos. I'm gonna bring you the stuff I've been doing with Kevin. I haven't really talked about that. I'm gonna bring y'all videos, bringing up my old stuff through my career. My era is starting to come into the limelight. You know what I'm saying? The spotlight is on the late 90s, early 2000s now. My heyday is more like 2004 on up. I was in the music business heavy, bringing the new media, technical and creative knowledge together to make websites and animation in a way that hadn't been done before. So you're gonna hear more about that, but also new stuff. I'm always gonna keep it new, as well as hopefully informative and entertaining. All right, so it's your boy B-Way. I'm signing back off. I will be back. Thanks for checking in, and get ready to see that I'm a Boss music video from Absolute the Truth with Young Boosie and Pillar. Alright? Peace.